Okay, you just gotta love that tune. If you haven't listened to podcast number 3, I show you guys in there how I actually we created that using some AI software. So anyway, hey, thank you for joining us. This is the Privacy and Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Forrest. Man, what a great start we've had to the podcast and great reviews. I've had a bunch of people call me and say, congratulations on the new podcast. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, it's going okay. I'm not a big fan of just being myself, but we got to get some things out here. There's so much I want to cover, not on over the year. I mean, years. I literally have so much I want to share. And the only way and the best way I could come up how to do that is my own podcast. Hey, today's the first time we're actually recording the video, so you can go over to YouTube. We'll post that on the same morning the podcast is out. I don't know why you want to go there and watch it because it's just me and got my nice little hat on. So anyway, you probably don't see me wearing a hat much, but anyway, I wear a hat quite often. So today, I need your help, man. I need you to like, subscribe, give me 5 stars. We've got to boost this. We got to build some momentum. The things I'm going to share and teach, I think is beneficial for a lot of people. So help me out there. So, yeah, some great reviews. And, one of the sad things that's happened here recently is my friend Glenn Tate and Shelby, they do a podcast called Prepping 2.0. They're so busy with their work. They're so busy with, a lot of things that they're kind of, I guess, just kind of putting it on the back deck kind of thing, on the back shelf, that they're not going to produce anymore unless something happens and something crazy happens. That sure they'll step in and create some more. But I hate to see that they're going to kind of retire that, at least for the time being. Couple things that are coming up. Look up preppercamp.com. It is Rick Austin does that. I was just interviewed this week, doing a live interview that they're going to use that to promote Prepper Camp in September. One of the best events in the nation by far, and it's in Saluda, North Carolina. It's usually at the end of September. Last September, we actually had Prepper Camp. Everyone was going. I was 7 miles away from the campground where it was going to be because I was staying in a Airbnb. Sorry, I know everybody's camping out, but I teach like 2 or 3 classes a day for 3 days. All I do is talk, answer questions, and at night I want to sleep. I don't want to depend on rain. I don't want to depend on people going to bed, fire, talking around the campfire. So I usually get an Airbnb because I can do that. It's okay. I camp a lot. So anyway, but hey, look that up. It's called it's preppercamp.com is the URL for that. And look for the video. It's got James from the Prepping Broadcast Network interviewed me. They're going to put that out sometime this week. Looking forward to that. So this podcast, we're going to cover a lot of different things, in which I do, and I love covering a lot of different things because I'm about a lot of different things. Does that make sense or not? Yeah. So I literally, so we're going to call this one Data Breaches, Crypto Scams, and Digital Preparedness. And you're like, gosh, that's a whole whirlwind of stuff. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's time for all of us to get this knowledge in our head and use it so we can be successful and make money. So the first thing I want to talk about is AT&T had a huge data breach. It was June of 2025. The hackers leaked the data of 86 million AT&T customers. 86 million. What did they leak? This is the disturbing. Well, 44 million, they leaked the social security number, phone number, address, email, physical address as well, date of birth, full name. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, AT&T needs to be slapped upside the head. In a true democracy or republic, we should be able to literally fine them hundreds of millions of dollars because of the inconvenience for all their customers. It should be a punishment when companies leak our data. Absolutely. Is there ever going to be one? No, probably not. I mean, because 86, AT&T is a huge company. Every person in Congress probably gets money from them. And so it's just bad. There's always going to be data leaks and breaches, and we just have to fight to keep our right for privacy and security. I believe that privacy and security is a fundamental human right, and anyone that misuses that, they leak it or they get hacked, they should be put in jail. They should be severely punished. And they may have all this money. They need, it just makes me mad. It just makes me mad. Another one is 23andMe. You may have heard of this. In October of 23, they were hacked, but the hackers are just now releasing the data. Now they released the data on 6.9 million people on the dark web. It's there. So what usually happens is there's a hack, or someone hacks and steals information, or the information is just leaked. Targets was just literally, they kind of screwed up. But anyway, and the information just kind of made its way out there. So what happens is the hackers then get this information, they put it on sale, literally on the dark web. Come buy this information. They sell it. They sell it to everyone. I guarantee you, the government buys it as well. Everyone buys it. And then it gets to a point that no one's buying it. Then maybe someone that's already purchased it, they just kind of leak it out on the internet. They just put it out there on the dark web, not the internet, the dark web. And these databases, you can go and search. I wouldn't recommend that because you got to know what you're doing. But on the dark web, you can just go out there and see. So just imagine this. This is why you need my privacy course. This is because you could go out, a 13-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid could go on the dark web, hit the database, download part of the database, and then start using the usernames, the passwords, the social security numbers, the phone numbers to try to get in other accounts that you have. It is so crazy how easy it is. And everybody's like, well, I got hacked. Everybody knows someone's got hacked. Yeah, that's because it's crazy easy. So, my course will help you through that. So anyway, this is not about the course, but anyway, I'm just telling you, you got to learn, and you just can't get all the information just by reading. You just can't. LexisNexis data brokers breach 364,000 Americans. And you're like, well, that's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's all their information. Social security numbers, credit cards, driver's license numbers, everything. And you're like, what? Yes, I know. These three big breaches, man, these companies should be fined hundreds of millions of dollars. And if you find AT&T $100 million, I guarantee you they'll put more resources and they'll come up with more or ways to keep your information private. They just will. So, we just know that the government is never going to do anything about this. They're just not. We have to take our privacy back. We literally have to use tools and our knowledge to take it back. And there are ways. Absolutely, there are ways. I'll tell you this. My phone company that I use, if they were hacked, and every single information of mine was leaked, the hackers could not do one thing with it. They could not do one thing with it. I use an alias email, alias address, everything. So if they hack my information, I don't give a rat's tail. Okay? 23andMe, no, my information is not there. And yeah, no, I don't want my information there. Nexus, Lexus, they got everyone in the world's information. You just can't get out of that. But you can still, there's some things you can do with disinformation and on the internet. So I got to tell you a story now. I know, so I'm just kind of challenging you guys to step up your game when it comes to privacy and security, because it's going to get worse. And you might just need to do it now. Okay. So let me tell you about a friend. I met with a friend. I can't tell you who it is. She called me and said, Forrest, we got a problem at Houston. I'm like, what's the problem? She goes, we've been scammed. I'm like, what do you mean you've been scammed? So she goes and she tells me kind of what happened. And some people actually, they got into her and her husband's Coinbase account, and she didn't have two-factor authentication. You must, I tell you what, if you don't have two-factor authentication, you deserve to be hacked. Almost impossible if you have two-factor authentication, but you deserve to be hacked because you are not doing the things you need to do to protect your money and accounts. It seems to me it would be more important to you. And so I have two-factor on everywhere I can use two-factor authentication. That's the little code that's sent to you in real time through email, through a text, or through an authenticator app that you can use, and it has the code, changes every 30 seconds. If you don't use it, I have no compassion for you. I'm sorry. That tool is there for one reason only. So check this out, and I'll get back to the story. Let's say that you're in the Target hack that happened, and someone got your username, they got your password, they got your email address, they got all your information, and they're trying to log into your Target account, and they put your username in because they got it in the database. It's right there. Anyone can see it. They put your password in. They can't get in your account unless they have that 6-digit code. So of the three things that they need your username, they need your password. And if they don't have the two-factor authentication number, they cannot get in. They got 2/3 of your information and they can't get in, and you're saved by 6 digits. That is why you need it. So they didn't have this on their Coinbase account, and hackers logged into their Coinbase account. They got in. How'd they get in? I don't know where they got the password from. They got the password from somewhere. It could have been a hack. They used the same password. Shame on them. And sorry. So they got in, and they could tell that the way Coinbase works, if you have to kind of go in there and sometimes there is a authentication with inside the exchange. It's not the two-factor, but it was like, hey, are you sure you want to make this trade? And it comes to maybe through an email. It's kind of a form of two-factor, but it wasn't. And so they could tell they couldn't make the trade. So they looked up the guy's phone number in his own account and then they spoofed. I don't know if you guys know, but spoofing a company's telephone number is easy. I mean, literally 13-year-old kids can do it. That means I could call you and it shows up AT&T on your phone and it's coming from my cell phone. That's easy stuff. That's easy. Okay. Easy. So he got a call, my friend's husband, saying, hey, there's a transaction in your account that you need to approve. So Coinbase calls him and says, hey, this is Coinbase. Some things are going on in your account. We need you to log in if you can. He's like, what? I got tens of thousands of dollars in there. So he goes and log in. They go, now follow our instructions exactly so we can tell what's going on, and we can possibly catch people that somehow might be in your account. And he's thinking this is Coinbase. He goes, okay, what do I need to do? And one of the things they said is, if you go to the little bell, that's the notifications, and there'll be a notification. Click on that notification. And so they have the same screen. He clicks on it and they go, oh, you see this? Someone's trying to make this trade. Did you get an email in your email? And the guy goes, oh, I did get an email. Well, they go, okay, to help us find out who this is to protect your account and to stop this, click on your email that will take you to your Coinbase account and then approve this transaction. And the guy goes, okay, this is Coinbase. They want me. He approves it. It sells Bitcoin. And then he goes, okay, I've done that. And as they're talking more, they are putting in the information to send that Bitcoin to their account. But before they do, they go, okay, now you got a negative because we let you go ahead and make that transaction. We got all the information we need. Now we're going to send you're going to get another pop-up, and it's going to tell you we're going to put $15,000 back in your account. And he goes, oh, okay. But what they do, they make a request for him to take another $15,000 out of his bank account. I mean, this is real. This just happened, okay? And it comes up, and they go, do you see that? And he goes, yeah, you're going to put 15,000 in there. He didn't look to see that it was coming from his own bank account. So he then clicks on that to start the transfer of 15,000 from his bank to go right straight into his account again. And thank goodness his bank, which was like Bank of America, has a 3-day waiting period because of the way he set it up. So it didn't come immediately. And they go, oh, well, it looks like, we have to clear that up on our end. It's not transferring in right now. Can we give you a call tomorrow? And at the same number, and he goes, yeah, of course you can. Yeah. And he goes, we'll have it cleared up. When it's cleared, we'll give you a call. He goes, okay. I hope you follow me now. So then they hang up the phone. But then they take the Bitcoin that they sold for cash in his account, or no, the Bitcoin in his account that they approved, and it sent it to their own wallet. So they already took $15,000 in Bitcoin out. They made another transaction to put for the dude to put more $15,000 back in. He thinks it's Coinbase putting it back in. It's not. But thank goodness Bank of America had that hold on it. And then they started thinking about it. Him and his wife were like, wait, what? And so the lady called Coinbase, and they go, yeah, that wasn't us. And all of a sudden, that's when they found out they were scammed. Coinbase is like, wait, we can't go get that money. We don't have the ability to go and get that money, the Bitcoin that you approved. And they're like, no, we didn't approve. And they go, well, and so anyway, they were scammed out of $15,000 like that, because someone got their username and password. I know it's a long story there, but man, that was real. So she met with me because I'm a privacy and security and forensic analyst here. And we were going through the account, through the steps and everything that transpired. And we think possibly because Coinbase had a hack that they got the information from Coinbase. So we put a plan in action. And the plan has to do with some press releases going to be sent out claiming that it was Coinbase's fault. And what Coinbase will do will prove that it's not. And even if it is or not, Coinbase, we think, will refund their money. We will see. Don't tell anyone that. But there's no names. So I'm trying to protect the people that were scammed. Who wants their name to say, hey, yeah, I was scammed? Some people do that. I'm not that one. I'm not that person. Okay, so don't get scammed. So I get scam emails all the time. Literally, I got one the other day. It said, "Hey, we just here's your receipt for your $149 antivirus from McAfee," and it has a PDF attached. I'm like, I'm not opening that thing. I don't have McAfee or antivirus software. You shouldn't either. You shouldn't use any software for antivirus. That's a long story. Don't want to get into that, but yeah, and they want you to either call them, because you call them, it's going to be some of them from India, and they're going to go, yeah, it's your receipt. What question? And they go, wait, I didn't pay for this. And then they're going to go through and try to scam you for money. Absolutely, they are. I mean, scammers are just, I mean, if we could just go to war with scammers, put them on Blue Island, blow up Blue Island. But anyway, it'd be a lot of people probably. So it might not be the best thing in the world. So anyway, so that's just scammed, my friend. So people get scammed. These people are sophisticated investors too. And I mean, they know better. But the scammers use such good technology and such, I mean, it was genius to put the phone call so it looked like it came from Coinbase. I mean, who wouldn't want help from Coinbase? Hey, another thing that happens, let me tell you this, another thing that happens is, just so you know about it, is school starts at college. And, these companies will put tents up, give free T-shirts, free Frisbees for signing, filling out a credit card app. They'll say everyone that applies is approved. And they're like, oh, yeah. So these kids come up and they got these sweatshirts. They're going to give them $20 sweatshirts. And these kids are putting in all their information in to apply for a credit card. And then after they get like 50, however many they get, they just leave the tent and the shirts, and they just grab the forms and leave. Or if someone comes up to them, like a security officer, said, hey, do you guys have permission? They just grab the forms. Maybe they've been smart and already put all the information, taking photos and uploading on the cloud or something. They just run. They run. Maybe even they could get some kids to work the tent and pay them. And the kids say, hey, kids, and the kids won't know. They're trying to make an extra buck or two. Every time one of these are filled out, take a photo of it and send it to this email. And the kids keep doing that. So they don't even have to be on campus at this point. They don't care about the $150 tent, the $200 in T-shirts there and the forms they have. They don't care about any of that. And all of a sudden they got all these kids' address, phone number, Social Security. And that's one scam that happens all the time. Let me tell you another one, because we don't educate our kids enough. This happens too. Let's say that I go to your kid goes to college. Your kid's in the bookstore buying some stuff. I get behind them in line. And I go and I watch them, and they put their stuff on the counter to buy. And I create, conversation. Yeah, well, yeah. What's your name? Oh, Tom Wilson. Great. Tom, where are you from? Oh, you're from Raleigh, North Carolina. What classes are you taking? And you get to know people. Social engineering. Anyone can do this. Don't do this though. So then you go and you start doing research, and you do this 5 or 6 times in one day. You go on the internet and you find out Tom Wilson from Raleigh, now going to UNC Charlotte or wherever they're going. You get their phone number. I kid you not. It's easy to do. So then you get your friend to call him and say, hey, Tom, and it shows Bank of America up top. Because the best thing is to look at their card they're using. If it's Bank of America, if you get that information, oh, that's golden. So you go, hey, Tom, this is, Don from Bank of America. We want to confirm some charges on your account today. And can you got a minute to answer some questions? Because we think there's some fraudulent charges on your credit card or debit card. Tom's going to go, yeah, how can I help you? Well, we see one charge possibly to a bookstore. It looks like maybe you bought some books, a couple sodas, and some popcorn. Yeah, that's exactly what I got. Yeah, I got that. Well, I see another charge at Nike. for $322 for some shoes. No, that's not me. Are you sure that's not you? Didn't make that charge? And no. Well, Tom, listen, I know we called you, but we need to verify you. Okay. So, what's your name, Tom? Okay. Do you know your social security number? Can you tell us, confirm that? And or if you can't, if you don't know that, could you just read off? We could verify you through your credit card. And these kids will go, yeah, okay, I'll read you the number. They read the number back to the guy, and it goes, okay. And we have and what's the expiration on that? Okay, and we have your pin is 148, right? No, well, good, Tom. We were testing you on that. Okay, yep. It's 156. All of a sudden, I used social engineering and I got all this information. I got full access to his credit card or social security number now. This happens all the time. You need to train your kids or your grandkids. Banks will never call you. They'll call and just ask you for a transaction, but they won't ask you for your credit card number or your social security number or something like that. Well, they shouldn't. You call them back. So anyway, that's just a couple things there. We need to keep moving. Don't want to bore you guys. So I do want to share with you guys a couple things. Some cool things going on in the crypto world. So imagine, how in stocks you can do it. They have mutual funds. A mutual fund will get, 20, 30 different stocks. So when you put $100 into the mutual fund, you go into a big pool and they invest in all of these 30 stocks or 20 stocks. And so when they go up, you make money. When they go down, you lose money. But it's a group of stocks as a whole. You can do technology stocks. You can do high-risk technology stocks. There's tons of different mutual funds. There's probably 1,000 different mutual funds you can get your money into. Well, imagine this now. In crypto, you can go, hey, I want to be a part of a Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, and you can make your own basket or mutual fund, but it's a basket. And so when you put $1,000 in there, you can buy all into all of them. And when they go up, you make money. When they go down, and it's kind of like creating your own mutual fund. And it's pretty cool. This is new stuff in the crypto world. Crypto world, you'll be amazed at the things that you can do with crypto. And so you just don't ignore it. Take my free webinar I do on that. It'll kind of introduce you to it. But yeah, just don't ignore. Don't be left behind. Okay, when it comes to anything investing. Okay, cool. So a couple things. I got 11 ways. I should have started out with this. 11 ways to avoid scams, crypto scams. Okay. 11 ways. I came up with these myself. I did. So it's actually in my course. But anyway, 11 ways to avoid scams. One is do your homework. Read. Learn. Okay? Read and learn. If you're going to invest in a crypto, why are you investing in them? If you're going to invest in Exxon or Apple, you kind of know why. Apple's a great company. Exxon been making money for years. Why are you investing in Doge? Well, other people are investing in Doge. Really? Okay. But do your own homework. Use exchanges that are known, like Kraken, Crypto.com, Coinbase. You don't use there are over 600 exchanges. And you don't want to use them all. Some of them are scams. You want to use ones that are known, okay? And there's a thing in crypto is it's protect your keys. That's your it's called a seed phrase. It's not even a password. It's like 10 or 12. It's like 12 passwords. Okay. Don't share that with anyone. Don't even share that with your mama. I mean, don't even share that with your spouse. You should write on a piece of paper and you should not put it digitally anywhere. You should never take a photo of it and you should never share it. That if someone has that seed phrase, them 12 passwords or 24, they can literally take your crypto over like that. Okay. That's your like ATM PIN number. Okay. You don't want to share that. Always ignore anyone connecting to you. This is number 4. Ignore emails or DMs telling you about goodbyes or anything that they could use to trick you. Just ignore it. If you don't know the person, even if you know the person, make sure it is that person. Okay. Number 5, never click on email links. Let me repeat that. Never click on email links. I don't care if it's from your bank, your mama, your brokerage account. Do not click on email links. That's the best way the easiest way people get scammed right there. So just don't do it. So if they call you, tell them you'll call them back. And it's going to drive them crazy. Hey, this is Bank of America. Okay, great. I need to know how to get up with you when I call the main number. Well, I'm at extension 87643. Okay, great. You look on the back of your card. You go look at Bank of America's number. You type that, how they told you to get up with them. Okay, there you are. Okay, now I can talk. That verifies that it's them, so they can't spoof the bank. Okay, the next one is use a password manager. Oh my goodness, it's 2025. You should be using a password manager. You should be using I can't believe that you don't. I don't know but 3 passwords. 3. You should only know 3. That's to your phone, to your computer, and to your password manager. You do not need to know any other password. Maybe your ATM. Okay, ATM. But that's not a password. That's a PIN, okay? Only 3 passwords you should know. Your computer, your phone, and your password manager. So get a password manager. There's some I'll throw out some ones out there. Only use Proton, 1Password, KeyPass, Bitwarden. Don't use any other one. Proton. I don't know if I said Proton. Only use them. Nothing else. Don't use. Why? Because Joe down the street? Because someone at work? No, use the ones I said. That's just simple. Okay. Consider having a dedicated computer for your finances. And you're like, what? Yes. You can get a computer for $200. You can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars if you don't do this. Which is, you judge. You could lose $10,000, $15,000. Use a dedicated computer that you don't put all this other crap on. Okay? And it costs $200. That's like $200 of insurance. Just do it. Take my class. I'll help you out a little bit. Help you what kind of computer. I use a Linux computer. I use Mint Linux on mine, and it's wonderful. Oh, I love it. The Office projects, products that are on Linux, unbelievable. Easier, better than I think Microsoft. So let's keep going. Now we're on number 9. Beware of guaranteed returns. Well, they guarantee me 9.8%. Well, gosh, it's awful high. Now, in crypto, though, it's a different world. It really is. I'm in a project right now that the company that's promoting the project is the actual token, and I'm getting 30% return on my investment. Woo, doggy. Every single minute, man, it's just like the returns are popping in my account. And then I can claim them and put them back in. That's called compounding interest. So, yeah, I love that. Okay. But beware guarantees unless you talk to someone in the crypto world. Number 10 is use 2FA, the app. Do not use Authy. There's many of them. I use Bitwarden, or you can use Proton. Authy, I don't like. Why don't I like Authy? Because once you're in that system, you can't export it and use another system. You're stuck in their app. I hate that. Screw them. The other one's Google. Why would you ever use anything Google? Stop. You're making Google powerful and hungry for your data. Don't. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop using Google, any Google products. And number 11, last and final way to how to avoid crypto scams, or really a lot of these are just scams. Stay up to date. Read the news. Find out what's going on. Find out what the latest hack, the latest scam is. Just stay up to date. I mean, a lot of my investments are in crypto. I better stay on top of this. I don't want to lose that money. I don't want to screw up. Most crypto things are when you screw up, someone takes advantage of you or someone tricked you, but it's always your fault. Well, I didn't know better. Okay, your fault. Sorry, you should have known everything you should know about crypto before you put your dollars in there. Well, I just trusted Coinbase. Yep. You know, sorry, you lose. Well, I trusted this exchange that they would keep my crypto safe. Wrong. You lose again. It's your responsibility. Don't be blaming other people. Okay. So from last week, you guys, we talked about a little bit about, I think the economy is going to get a little tough and rough, and I know the job numbers were higher. I'm not saying they were not the real job numbers, but the reason the job numbers are high right now, let's be real, we're deporting a lot of people. Some of them people had jobs that needed being replaced. And some of them they weren't laid off, they weren't fired, they just disappeared. And companies had to hire for some of them spots. I mean, we're talking 300,000 people here in America, if not more. I don't know how many they're doing, but these jobs need to be, so it doesn't go as, that someone was laid off or fired. What it just shows up is new employment. Well, yeah, they got to get some new employees. Also, summer's here. So don't take that jobs number as like, oh, it's turning around, we're going to glory. It's no, we've got so many negative things in the market. Housing is crashing. The backlog, cars are crashing. They're not going to lower the interest rates because Trump and the Fed chairman. It's just not going to, it's just, we got some bad crap we're going to go through. Now, I do believe there's later this year, the golden age that Trump promises. I believe it's coming. It's just going to take us 6 months to 8 months to get there. That's my 2 cents. I'm just a guy with a cool hat. That's all I am. So, but hey, you do you. But I do want to talk to you about some things that you need to do right now. You need to do things to prepare for some rough times. You're not fired right now? Okay, what about next week or in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, or a month? So you need to have some things in the house. You need to have insurance so you can live even if things go south. So one of the things I want you, and I hate, trust me, I hate even mentioning this, but I have to. You need to be ready. You need to prepare. You need to go. This sounds so bad, guys. Just trust me. Just trust me on this. You need to go to Amazon and look up a book called The Preparedness Roadmap. It's a practical guide to family readiness in disasters and emergencies. It covers what you need to buy, what you need to learn, the skills that you need to acquire, and mindset. Meaning, so you can read books, there's some movies to watch, mindset going. So you would go, oh my gosh, what would I do with my family? What would I have done? This guy did this. He shot this guy. What would I have done? Should he have shot them? It gets you thinking, and you can go through some scenarios, not every scenario, but some scenarios so you can be ready to make decisions and understand, okay, what am I going to do If I'm walking down the road because I'm going to go get a family member that's being dropped off at the end of the road, and there's a couple dead bodies and my daughter's following me, how do I handle that? Excuse me. You got to think about this stuff before it happens, because you won't be able to handle it when it happens. So this book is called The Preparedness Roadmap. And you know, I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. This book is my book, and it is a great book. Let me come right over here, and I'm going to get some things over here. This is the book, The Preparedness Roadmap. This is the hardcover. I have them in, paperback. I have it in audio. I have it in digital format. Great book. Has my photo right there. All the information. It literally goes through month by month on what you do, what you should buy. Now, you don't have to. Are there other books that are greater? Probably so. Let's be honest. But this is mine, and I talk about this one all the time. And it took me, this is a good book. It just is. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from a lot of good people. Here's what it looks like. The Preparedness Roadmap. Don't be a loser. I'm kidding. Just kidding on that. And you don't even, buy the Kindle version. It's cheaper. Okay. But it walks you through a whole year, what you need to buy, learn, acquire, and mindset stuff to do. And I'll walk you through it. So anyway, because we need to be ready. You need to have like 3 months of food on hand. You need to have cash on hand, like emergency cash. So, I guess as this podcast goes on and we become better friends and you get to know me, there'll be less selling, because that's not what this podcast is about. But I got to get you started. And why not get you started with something I endorse? But I got to get you started. Got to get you in the right frame of mind to be successful, always be ready, making money, creating jobs by your home-based business, and making money and a legacy for your kids. We got to start somewhere. And so if I'm pushing this book, or if I'm pushing my business book, you don't have to buy them. There's no quiz at the end to see if you bought them or not. But that's just what I put a lot of work in them, and I hope they'll be helpful. Get them from the library. I don't care. So anyway, another thing I want to tell you is, because of we're so not private. Nothing's private anymore. Really? What is private? You go in the bathroom, you do your business. I guess that's about the only private thing anymore. I know that sounds bad. But where else can you have privacy? Sometimes not even your own house. If you got smart devices, you got Alexa or you got Google. Seriously, get rid of these things. They're listening. Your phone, put it up in a Faraday bag so it can't listen to you, or get a privacy phone like I have. But in today's digital world, we have to protect everything. We protect our passwords. We protect our devices, our information, our investments. We got to do 2-factor authentication, passwords, ones we don't use. It's like we're always trying to protect something. But the Bible speaks about protecting something else. I know we're protecting our worldly things, but our Bible says there's something way more important to protect. And that's our hearts. Our hearts is like our thoughts, our emotions, our desires. It shapes who we are, our actions. If I have bad thoughts, probably bad actions are going to come from them. But if we have clean and pure thoughts and teachings from the Bible and the Lord and the Holy Spirit, hopefully we won't screw it up, and we will produce clean thoughts. We will produce positive activity and things in the world to our family. Everything we do comes out of our heart. How we treat people, what we say to people. We've got to protect our heart. If I hate saying that word, as poop is coming from your mouth and your actions, that's because your heart is not guarded. That's because you're not letting God and the Holy Spirit control you. So we've got to guard our heart. That's the most important thing, because it influences others. It influences how people perceive us. We're trying to be Jesus with skin on. And if we're not Jesus with skin on and we're just spewing poop in the world and people see us, we're angry and we're shooting people birds in on the road because they cut us off, that is not Jesus with skin on. That is you being just angry human being hating everyone. But the Bible says in Proverbs 4:23, it says, above all else. What do you think that means? Above all else, above everything, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Literally, the Bible tells us that what comes from our heart is what we do. So we've got you've heard that statement. If you hadn't heard it, I mean, welcome to 1960. Garbage in, garbage out. To put garbage in your brain, you watch garbage on TV, you listen to garbage through the music, you're watching garbage reels, you're watching garbage YouTube videos. That is what's going in. How are you going to produce holy, clean, godly things? You can't. You might think you can. You might think you're doing it, but maybe it's the attitude that needs to be a little adjustment. Maybe it's your delivery. Maybe it's the reason you're doing these good things is for selfish motives. So garbage in, garbage out. I know we've heard that 100,000 million times, but the Bible says, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. The Bible kind of agrees with garbage in, garbage out. Guard your heart. In a digital age where privacy and we're at risk with everything, spiritually we're at risk. Or, I'm saved. No one's going to take that away from me. But I've got to make sure that I am connecting. I am sitting down, praying, learning about Lord, listening to the Holy Spirit, so I can ultimately be in his presence. And he says to me one day, good job, good and faithful servant. That's a daily challenge. It's not easy at all. Probably the hardest thing. I mean, it does get easier, I guess. But the easiest thing is to just not care about God. Don't care about the Bible. Don't care about your family. I mean, just be yourself. Just be you. Be free. That's not what God wants us to be. That's not being our best. Being our best is being in tune with God, listening to God. Sometimes he may just absolutely shock you and go, hey, don't do that. You're like, what? What? Does that come from God? Or, hey, do this. Or, hey, I kid you not, maybe you need to invest in this company and help them. Oh, yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Lord. You don't know. Maybe he uses everyone differently. He speaks to people differently through the word, through a still small voice, through different ways. But to be your best, you got to be ready, and you got to guard that heart. And if you don't guard the heart, man, you got to guard it. Your kids and your family, you got to guard it. You got to take care of your family when it comes to physical needs. You got to guard your heart. Don't get in any scams. I mean, be smart. Learn about it. I mean, you think it's taking care of your family if you lose $15,000? That's $15,000 of your family's money. That's still not taking care of your family. So you got to take care of that family in all ways. So anyway, we've been going on almost an hour. I hope this was motivational, challenging, educational. I hope you got some content, something out of this. Maybe I've encouraged you to take a step, get in your word. You know what? Give me some feedback. Send me an email. Forrest at I don't even know my email address. It's not even Forrest because I don't even have that one set up. It's info at privacyandfreedompodcast.com. It's info at privacyfreedom. I'll put it down below, and send me a message. Tell me, encourage me. Or if I made you mad, send me a message. I don't care if I made you mad. This is not to make people, if it makes you mad, you're offended. That's just life. Get over it. I'm speaking what I believe, what I feel that God really wants me to share with you. And, I hope it's been helpful. Anyway, you guys have been great. I've been loving the feedback from you guys. It's been pretty awesome. I'm going to be doing one of these, a week. I'm going to start doing some live ones, which is going to be working on that with the selfie stick. Come on. Going to be doing some lives, maybe updates on what God told me that day, maybe updates on the crypto market, privacy and security things that are going on. So there's a ton of, and in business. Oh my gosh, in business. So anyway, I hope you guys have been enjoying this. And we will see you guys next week. Okay.
The Privacy and Freedom Podcast. Our wisdom's here. It's meant to last. We're diving deep. We're stepping bold. As the brighter future will unfold. The Privacy and Freedom Podcast. Our wisdom's here. It's meant to last. We're diving deep. We're stepping bold. As the brighter future will unfold.